Hey guys, and welcome back to my world. Now today I'm going to be looking at item frames. Now this is something I'm going to be playing with in the next few videos. So just to kind of field a lot of the questions that I might be coming my way, I thought what I'm going to do is do a complete item frame detection video, if you want to call it that. Right, so first off, the way item frames work these days is that if you have an item in an item frame, it outputs a signal. Okay, so it outputs the signal strength. So as I rotate it, it will actually increase or decrease the signal strength based on the rotation. So as you can see, I'm rotating. Let me just get rid of this side. Right, so as I'm rotating it, you'll see the signal increases until it reaches the default 0 position again. Okay, which is absolutely great, and it's good for survival maps. However, the problem comes in when you have a setup like this, okay, where you actually have 4 items stacked up. There's no way that you can get repeaters actually set up on the top level. So I can put a repeater there, that's not a problem, and I can put a repeater over here, but that's not a problem either. However, you cannot put repeaters on the side. So setups like this will not work. So what we need to do is we need to actually do an entity detect to detect what rotation that item is in. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. Now, a normal item has eight rotations, can be rotated in 8 ways. So that's rotation 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is 0. Okay, so it has 8 rotations. However, a map only has 4, so it's 1, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it only has 4 rotations. However, it does use the all 8 numbers. So one position has 2 numbers. For example, 0 is position 0 and position 7. Position 1 is position 1 and position 6. Position 2 is 2 and 5, etc., etc. Okay, so with the map, it will work differently, which we'll go through over there. Right, now, the way that this works is that you need to detect the entity, which is an item frame, and then you need to specify the X, Y, and Z position that entity will be in. So you'll need to specify the block. Now, the way that these blocks work, let me just quickly grab a visual aid. Now, the way that these blocks work is that an item frame, even though it's on the block, so you'll see this item frame is on the block, it's not actually a part of that block. It's actually the surrounding blocks around it. So if I want an item frame on this face of this block, it'll occupy this purple block space. If I want it on this side, it'll occupy that block space, etc., etc. So we are not going to be testing for the center block that it's supposedly placed on. We are going to be testing for the actual block that it is on. Okay, so this is our first test. So you'll see I have an invisible block here, just so this item frame doesn't pop off. However, the item frame is actually on the block directly adjacent to this block. So if we look at the first command, it is testfor at entity type equals item frame. So an item frame is an entity. Okay, so you can't do a normal test for block. You do have to do a test for entity. Then we add some extra parameters. So TileX. So this is going to be the X of this tile over here that this block is actually, or the item frame is on. So it's TileX, TileY, and TileZ. So you'll see over here I only tested if there is an item frame on this block over here. Okay, this block over there, you'll see just popped off now. So I've tested if there is a, I just lose that item frame. No, there it is. There it is. So I've just tested if there's an item frame in this purple block's space. Okay, so let me just quickly put it back. So if I put this item over there and I hit this button, you'll see it lights up. So there is an item. If I take it away, you'll see there is no item. If I put it over here, you'll see there is an item. So if I just let me just quickly block off this area here. If I then put it over there, let me just actually take it off first. If I took it over, put it over there, you'll see it still finds it. So this is because it is occupying this block. So the next thing we need to do is we need to find out, is this frame facing which part of this block is it facing? So this is added by doing a facing tag. Now it's important that any numbers you use except for the coordinates needs to have a B to it. This is just signifies whether this is a byte or it just specifies what kind of number it is. I'm not completely that technical, so I won't exactly tell you what it means, but just know you need to add it. So this block over here is facing is 3. So if I hit that, you'll see it does kind of light up. If I remove this and say let's test for face 1, you'll see it doesn't work because this is not facing 1. It is just facing 3. Okay, right. That's it. So we've got the coordinates and we've now got the facing. Right. Next thing we want to do is we want to test if there is an item in it. Now what I've done is I've just done an item rotation. So if I remove this item and I pop that in there, you'll see it won't find it because there's no item in it and there's no item rotation to it. So if I put an item in there and I hit it now, you'll see that it can find it. It will find it because I've got the item rotation to 0. The moment I rotate it, you'll see it'll no longer work because that item needs to be rotated to 0. Okay, so let me just go all the way around and show you. So it should one more tick, and now it should find it again. Okay, I can change this to say, okay, item rotation 1. Let's just make it 3 as well, just so that we can go. You'll see, doesn't find it. We do it again, doesn't find it because that'll be 1. This will be 2, won't find it, and this will be 3, and it'll not find it. Where are you now? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Oh, that's the mistake I made. Okay, I left out the colon. All right, but let me just go. So that is 0. All right, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. Now this will work with any item. Okay, so it won't. Well, because I did not actually specify which item, it'll work with any item. Okay, so you'll see it's facing 3, item rotation 3B. Next, we can actually specify what kind of item and the rotation. So what we've got is item rotation. Then next we've got item colon open curly brackets ID. Now this is very, very important because if you leave out Minecraft colon here, it won't work. So Minecraft colon iron sword. So it has to be rotation 0 and it has to be an iron sword. So if I do rotation 1, you'll see it'll no longer work. If I go back to there, you'll see it'll work. If I replace it with a torch, it won't work because it is not actually an iron sword. If I put that iron sword back, okay, and I put the rotation there, you'll see it'll work. Voila. Now this is the one I have not been able to make work. So please, if you can make this work, please leave a comment down below. Right, this is the code I have been trying. Item display name. I've also tried item tag display name equals key. So I've tried a lot of the various combinations of these. If you can make this work where an item frame, you can detect a named item in an item frame, please let me know. Okay, it is very, very important and it's going to be cool. So let me know in the description below. Right, so maps work slightly different as I mentioned before. Even though they only rotate 4 times, they do actually have 2 states when they rotate. So what did I just actually, sorry, let me just bring back my menu. So if I hit this button, okay, you'll see that I am at the right position. If I rotate it once, okay, let me just actually disable one of these. Let me just see. I'm not actually sure which one it is. That is the... I think the next one to flag would be probably that one. Okay, so if we just go back up there. Okay, so that was the wrong one I took. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So let's just do it one more time. Okay, so basically, when this flags as true, okay, if I rotate it again, you'll see it'll flag as untrue. The next time I get to that same spot, so even though it's facing the same way, you'll see it did not light up. Okay, because now it's actually a different state than the last time it was here, because it uses the 8 rotation points. Okay, so what you need to do when you're working with maps is that you do need to add double command block. So you'll see I've got 2 command blocks here. The first one is testing for rotation 7, and the other one is testing for rotation 3. So that when I'm going around, Let's just do this one over here. You'll see if I hit this, even though it activates, if I come around the back, you'll see it only activated one of the command blocks because only one of them was rotation 3. So when I go around again, hit that, you'll see it's still active, and it activated the other one because that is rotation 3. 7, 7, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7. Okay, cool. Yes, I mean that really is it. The only one I haven't been able to crack is the key one, but please leave the comment below what you think it should be, and keep an eye out. I'm going to be using this quite a lot. Let me think. Shall I put this world up for download? Let me know. Let me know in this description. Do you want this for downloads? I'll probably build a few more things on here at a later stage. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will check you all later.